Hey y'all. Hey Miss O. Hey me. Hey Ebony Gray. But today I'm gonna just tell y'all basically about the assassination of the president of Rwanda. Um yeah, unfortunately I don't know his name. I can't pronounce it. So I'm not even gonna embarrass myself. So just know I'm gonna call him the president throughout this video. But so the former president of Rwanda, um, was elected a lot of times. Unlike the United States, how we have 4 years per term, they had 5 years, and he was elected 3 times. Unlike we can only get elected two, so but he served as president for around 20 years. Um, as the only candidate, sometimes I guess many people didn't want to rule Rwanda. But as a ruler, you do have people who don't like you. And he surely did have people who didn't like him. So, there was this man named Paul Kangen who didn't like him, I guess, because he showed killed him. It was said that Paul Kangen ordered an assassination April of 1994. Now, the thing was that it was a big feudal case because it was just like a major thing. Like, everybody thought at the beginning that it was like rebels fighting against the Rwanda government, but in all actuality, it was a military fire that actually caused the death of the president. The president was on a Falcon 50 jet on his way to a meeting. And that's when the plane was shot down by a missile. A little background information on the former president of Rwanda was, he was born on March 8th, 1937, in a city that's now in Rwanda. He was an army officer, politician. He really just ruled Rwanda single-handedly for almost, like I said, 20 years. He studied humanities and mathematics at St. Paul's College. He studied medicine as well at a university, which was back then in Belgium, Congo, which is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. He returned home in 1960 and began his training at the National Guard. While in the army life, he was like just everything you can name. He was like very involved. Like, he was the chief of staff, the minister of defense, the police chief of staff. He was promoted in April of 1973 to major general, and like 3 months after that, in July, he led a group of disgruntled Hutu officers in the overthrow of a former president. And after that, he became president. So the president was initially banned from like all political activity in 1975. I'm sorry, and that's when he established like the National Revolutionary Movement of Development, which itself as the leader and as a single party. He was just, I guess he was a real good leader because he was elected as president. He was reelected in 1983 and in 1988, and he was the only candidate for president. So most likely voters just, had to prove him to stay in office overwhelmingly. And he was just very he was very, I guess he was very likable, that he got 3 or 4 terms. But unlike over here in America, how we get 4 terms, how we get 4 years per term, and how we only get 2 terms as president. I guess you can run as many times as you want, and it's 5 years. So, and he had 3 terms. So I guess it's different over there. he was he was he was really the really trigger to the Rwanda genocide. After his death, that's when a lot of surrounding countries like Belgium and other countries, they start to come in and start to tear apart Rwanda and start to kill and destroy it. And it was a real crazy thing to learn about because I didn't know people could do that. But they started to just take pieces and pieces away from there. And it was a civil war between the RPFs and the Rwanda government. And during the time of the genocide. And it was just like a real crazy thing. Like, it was supposed to say that Paul Kangame was very, he ordered an assassination for him, like I said earlier. And one of the people in the military was supposed to be behind, supposed to be in it with him. Colonel Rose came by. She was supposedly, allegedly arrested for participating in the 1994 shooting down of the president. And once they found out that she was in Kangan's inner circle, that's when all the connections started going. Like, did he have something to do with it? Did anybody else have something to do with it that's in his inner circle? And that really became like a real society problem. People started to be really untrustworthy, and the Rwanda government basically just was like in shambles. Like, after the devastation of the president's death, like, it was really crazy. So, y'all learn more about the Rwanda genocide, not from me though, because I only picked one topic. So y'all learned a little bit about the president. I hope y'all learn how to say his name. I hope I do too, because I don't know it. But yeah, there was a couple facts about him and what he did and how he was. So, bear your.